This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 16th day of June in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 2 days before the Chief Justice is set to hand down her ruling in a case against the Police Service Commission filed by two officers who didn't get promoted, President Irfan Ali has suspended all of the members of the Police Service Commission, including the chairman of the commission, retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow. In letters dispatched this afternoon to the chairman and members of the commission, the president announced that he was suspending them and setting up a tribunal to look into their removal as members of the Police Service Commission, although the commission's life expires in August. The president's letter stated that his decision is based on the advice of the Prime Minister, who had written to the Police Service Commission members requesting them to show cause why they should not be removed as members over a decision by the Police Service Commission to join an opposition-filed court matter against the government about their budgetary allocations and independence. The Police Service Commission members indicated that they had no choice but to join the lawsuit like other service commissions did after the government refused to provide funding for the commission to defend itself in the lawsuit filed by the senior officers who were not promoted. President Ali did not set a timeline for the establishment of the tribunal, but he indicated to the Police Service Commission members that their suspension is with immediate effect. The latest move by the government against the members of the Police Service Commission follows the Commission Chairman's decision to reveal attempts by the President to get the Commission to promote his people in the police force. The Chairman, Paul Slow, in responding to recent charges that were filed against him, proclaimed his innocence and said the charges were instituted because of the decision by the Commission not to promote Senior Superintendents Fazil Karambaksh and Calvin Brutus. Those are the same two officers who have filed a court matter over the decision by the Police Service Commission not to promote them. They are also the same officers who Mr. Slow said the President was trying to get the Commission to promote. The Chief Justice was originally expected to hand down her ruling in the promotion matter at the end of May, but she announced a decision to delay that ruling until this coming Friday, the 18th of June. The suspended Police Service Commission Chairman Paul Slow this afternoon told News Source that he is not at all surprised by the President's move and the timing of it.
Not at all. I said that is exactly what the plan was, to suspend the commission before the court ruling on Friday. So that is exactly what was anticipated.
Why do you think the move to suspend the commission before this court ruling on Friday?
Because I suspect that the ruling is going to go against the applicants. And therefore, the plan is to make sure that once the court rules in favor of the commission, then there will be no commission to carry out its function. Well, promotions were never approved by the Police Service Commission. The process was suspended. And I think the attempt now is to make sure that that process does not resume.
And so those who were listed to be promoted, they can no longer be promoted now with the absence of this commission.
Well, I am not going to go there. I said, as I've indicated before, the lawyers are on it, and they are going to advise on the way forward.
Mr. Slow has made it clear that he will fight to clear his name and the matters filed against him. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
My one and only, tastes so good to me. Yes, we love cheesies. Cheesies, cheesies, give me please. Nobody does it like these. Cheesies, cheesies, give me some. Cheesies taste is number one. Only Sunshine's got it. Got the cheese you love, with a taste that's so real. We love cheesies. Sunshine Snacks Cheesies, just so good.
Sonia, you think people easy? People just really want to do their own thing. Look across the road how we building the house low. The building code say you're supposed to be 2 feet off the ground.
And when the place flood, them just be the first to complain.
But you know sometimes we that just contribute to the flooding with we behavior.
You know, boy, we just throw things in the drains and canals. We don't keep the gutters clean and dispose of garbage properly. By the way, you got an emergency kit?
Yeah, Sonia, I got me own and it got drinking water, army medicines, and first aid things like band-aids, iodine, bandages.
And me own got in toothpaste, a change of underwear and clothing, toilet paper and soap.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
GWI introduces CAP, their customer assistance promotion that offers massive discounts. For a limited time, get 50% off all reconnection fees and another 50% off your entire bill. If your service was removed or you've reconnected on your own, GWI is offering yet another 50% discount off all tampering and replacement fees. Wallet-friendly payment plans are also available. So tap into GWI's customer assistance promotion by visiting any GWI office and avoid them taking legal action. CAP only applies to customers whose services were disconnected or removed prior to 2021. For more information, call 227-8701 or WhatsApp 620-1667. Water is life. Save it.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI. We see Guyana through your eyes.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL.
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Welcome back. Opposition leader Joe Harmon is demanding that the government comes clean about its relationship with a member of the United Arab Emirates ruling family, Sheikh Ahmad Al Maktoum, and his associate Umar Farid Zahor, after an international media investigation tied the two men to an alleged vaccine racket scandal targeting poorer countries. Guyana has been purchasing the Sputnik vaccines at more than double the cost through an arrangement with a sheikh who visited Guyana last November to much pomp and pageantry, claiming that he was looking at investment opportunities. In the National Assembly on Monday, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony confirmed that Guyana has been purchasing the vaccines through the sheikh, but he also explained that the arrangement was put in place since it was difficult to get the vaccines directly from the supplier in Russia. An investigation by a newspaper in Norway highlighted the overpriced vaccine scandal and named Guyana as one of the countries caught up in the scandal. The opposition leader in a statement last evening said it is evident that the government did not exercise due diligence and knowingly participated in an international vaccine racket. He accused the PP Civic administration of being guilty and involved in a corrupt transaction that was deliberately sewn together to defraud the state and benefit a few people. While the listed price for the Sputnik vaccine is pegged at $10 per dose, Guyana has purchased the vaccine at more than $22 per dose. Almost $1 billion Guyana dollars has already been spent in the procurement of the vaccines through the UAE Sheikh.
This level of industrial scale corruption by the installed PPP regime has been disclosed at a time when Guyanese are suffering from a COVID-19 pandemic. The worst flood disaster in its history we are suffering from. High and rising cost of living, together with low wages and salaries paid to public servants, and the blatant discrimination by the installed PPP regime in the manner in which it manages the affairs of the state.
The Norwegian newspaper, in an investigative piece titled Sputnik for Sale, reported that a sheikh and his associate would visit poor countries and pledge vaccine donation, and then asked that the country purchase the Sputnik through their arrangement. The newspaper investigation revealed that the vaccine is also being sold to countries at a premium. In the National Assembly on Monday, the opposition leader raised some concern about the cost that Guyana is paying for the vaccine, saying that in some cases the prices appear doubled. The report has also revealed that Mr. Zahor, the Sheikh's associate, a Pakistani national who grew up in Norway, is wanted in that country as part of an investigation into a massive fraud, and that he is being sheltered and protected by the UAE and his close associate Sheikh Al Maktoum. The Guyana government has claimed that it does not know of a Mr. Zahor.
The Verdens Gang report reveals that the Sheikh has procured the Sputnik 5 vaccines from a Norwegian man by the name of Per Morten Hansen. Hansen, the report goes on to say, is indicted in Norway for money laundering and evading customs duties.
The Guyana government has been trying to defend the overpriced purchases of the vaccine, saying that it needed to roll out a national vaccination program. Let's tell you now that with the government's recent announcement that it intends to meet with bankers and other creditors to explore ways to alleviate the burden on indebted persons who are battling the floods, particularly farmers and miners, several miners in Region 7 are pleading with commercial banks to defer their loans as they have been severely affected by the floods. Mining activities have come to a complete halt in that region following the extensive flooding situation.
Now, my main thing here is producing. Nothing is going on here. The miners, everybody are down. And more so, Mr. Bank. We got to deal with Mr. Bank. And we would like to give them to give us a little space. A couple of months at least until this thing has come to an end and everything back to normal.
Miner Osvaldo Graves, The miner also said the mining community in the region has not been hearing much from the government, but would like the government to intervene since the flood issue is an urgent one and their livelihoods have been threatened. Another businessman, Ralph Pollard, and his wife have been forced to leave their home and are now living in a boat. The couple, who provide groceries to the mining community, is estimating their losses to be in the millions. And just like the miners, they want the bank to give them an ease.
Right? I owe the bank and I want to know where you're getting to pay this money, in which month or which week we can try to get back in normal, that we could continue doing business. They need to assist me in some way or the other. Right? And it's not just me. Every business person in this place here have bills, have things to do. And how the water catch me, it's off guard. So all the way
we never see it to this level.
Region 7 Chairman Kenneth Williams, in a Facebook post, said the people of Middle Mazaruni have been severely affected. He added that he believes the situation warrants a national recovery program. He said the Regional Democratic Council in Region 7 stands ready to assist any such efforts. Region 7 has been listed among the regions severely impacted by the floods. The Civil Defense Commission has placed the disaster in the region at level 3. As heavy rains continued across the country today and the likelihood of additional flooding on the horizon, President Irfan Ali announced today that he has instructed the Attorney General and the Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandlal, to immediately review all service and maintenance contracts within the sphere of the government of Guyana and the entire state structure. He said it will be done in relation to drainage pumps, sluices, cokers, and drainage and irrigation generally, and to also enforce any penalty clause against contractors who are in breach of their obligations under those contracts. The President said he's also instructed the Attorney General that where such penalty clauses are absent, that these contracts be renegotiated for the purpose of inserting penalty clauses, which can be activated when contractors fail to discharge their duties under the contracts. The President's instruction follows flooding in some parts of the city today as heavy rainfall drenched the coastline. Some of the pumps in the city that should be maintained by the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority were found not to be working. Earlier this month, the President visited several pump stations across Georgetown and on the east coast of Demerara. He raised concerns then and complained about sleeping pump attendants. The mayor and city council was also blamed for the flood situation in the city earlier this month, with several government ministers on record saying that there was a deliberate attempt to keep the pumps down and the sluice doors closed. But the city council rubbished the accusations, saying that there was no way flooding in the city could have been avoided due to the persistent rainfall experienced. The council also lambasted the government of starving it of resources to maintain the city's infrastructure, while doling out funds to small contractors for cleaning works. Let's tell you now that the Vice President's move to set aside a multi-million-dollar ruling against him in favor of opposition member Annette Ferguson in a libel case has failed. High Court Judge Sandra Kirshas this afternoon dismissed Mr. Jagdeo's application for the default ruling to be set aside on the basis that the applicant failed to show a reasonable explanation for the default. The attorneys for the Vice President wanted the judge's original ruling to be set aside, claiming that the failure by Mr. Jagdeo's previous attorney Anil Nandlal to file a defense in the matter was due to national elections and other national matters. The judge did not buy that explanation and said Mr. Jagdeo's attorneys completely disregarded the court's rule for them to file the defense within a specific time. Ferguson's lawsuit stemmed from statements Jagdeo made in the media about her acquisition of land and construction of a house while she served as a minister. Her attorney had maintained that the statements were reckless, libelous, and were designed to damage her character. The case was filed in January 2020 and referenced the statements that were made by Mr. Jagdeo in December 2019. The attorneys for the former minister presented various documents to the court detailing her purchase of the land and construction of her home through a bank loan. The lawyers argued that Mr. Jagdeo needed to provide evidence to back up his claims. He never did, and the judgment was granted against him. With the application for the original ruling to be set aside now dismissed, the Vice President is likely to file an appeal.
You see them children playing in the dirty water again?
You know me talk to them this morning, like them don't understand.
Every time it flood, they just want to go in the flood waters. They think this thing is fun. You could get serious diseases in the water. And if an electrical line fall in the water, you could get electrocuted. Little boy, you want to tell you not to play in that water? Come here this minute.
You see the water don't start coming in the house? When you're living in a downstairs, you just got to take precautions.
That is right. You got to make sure there's a pair of long boots for every member of the family. Protect drinking water from contamination. Keep a stock of foods that can't spoil. And have some place to go if your place flood out.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Me name Radhika, right? And me just get my COVID-19 vaccine. Me turn rich and me take my COVID-19 vaccine, right? And me want to encourage everybody out there to come and take your COVID-19 vaccine because COVID-19 not discrimination, you know. Anybody can get them, no matter what race you be, no matter what color you be, even matter what gender you be, anybody can get COVID-19. So I come and I take your vaccine then because it's very important to take it. But remember that when you take your vaccine, that doesn't mean that you can just stop wear your mask and stop sanitizing and say you still got to take all the precautions. Nothing is 100% foolproof, but the vaccine is important for how you take. Here, Radhika says so.
Across the region tonight, a public register of sex offenders in Trinidad will not carry their names, but their locations. Plus, it will not carry information on those already convicted and imprisoned for sex offenses. Discussions are on to have the law to nail culprits engaging in voyeurism and to criminalize revenge porn, including leaking intimate pictures and video of someone they know. There is no law for the latter currently. Trinidad's Attorney General was piloting amendment to the Sexual Offences Act to establish a sex offenders register, the second such attempt after the first failed after lack of opposition support. The current bill, however, only requires a simple majority of votes for passage, and it does not require opposition support. The Attorney General said that the country has become accustomed to crying out for more to be done, especially on sexual abuse, and it is time for more to be done. The St. Kitts Nevis government has declared a state of emergency as the Twin Island Federation grapples with an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases in recent days. A government statement said the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, had issued a proclamation declaring the state of emergency. The government says that it is engaged in a war against COVID-19, and if not contained, it threatens the lives and livelihoods of citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. It said as a result it has no choice but to act swiftly to save lives in this time of the global and deadly pandemic. The government said, along with the National COVID-19 Task Force, it is asking all citizens and residents to comply with the measures of mask wearing, social distancing, and proper hand hygiene in order to curb the spread of the virus. And finally tonight, international news. The presidents of the US and Russia have praised their talks in Geneva, but have made little concrete progress at the first such meeting since 2018. Disagreements were stated, said the US President Joe Biden, but not in a hyperbolic way, and he said Russia did not want a new Cold War. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Mr. Biden was an experienced statesman, and the two spoke with the same language. The talks lasted 4 hours, less time than was scheduled. Mr. Biden said they did not need to spend more time talking, and there was now a genuine prospect to improve relations with Russia. The two sides agreed to begin a dialogue on nuclear arms control. They also said they would return ambassadors to each other's capitals. The envoys were mutually withdrawn for consultations in March after the U.S. accused Russia of meddling in the 2020 presidential election. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.